Hello, hello. Welcome on into another episode of the Whiskey Crusaders. I'm Will.
I'm Matt.
Today we're sipping on Aberfeldy's 18-year single malt Scotch Finishkin Tuscan wine barrels. Don't you forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Click that notification bell. Matt, you want to tell me more about this little sample you got?
I do. All right, so this is a very fun sample here that's actually sent by Aberfeldy themselves. It's the 18-year Old Tuscan cask. So the official name of this is the Aberfeldy 18-year Highland single malt Scotch Whisky finished in a Tuscan Red Wine Cask. So very fun. But yes, this was actually sent over by Aberfeldy because I was on a call with Stephanie Macleod, who's the master of malt, master distiller, all that fun stuff for the entire Bacardi single malts brands. But Aberfeldy, of course, being the base for Dewar's. And this is the fourth in the series of their red wine casks. It is, of course, 43%, like the rest of them have been. Of course, Stephanie won the 2022, best master blender, all that fun stuff, again, for 4 years in a row. She's also the only woman that's ever won it, so pretty amazing lady. It was really awesome to talk to her. Just got to talk to Gareth and some other fun people on there the other day, so it was a really awesome time. I was really thrilled to be invited to talk to Stephanie in there. She was as much as amazing as I hoped she would be. All right, so let's see what we got here. So this is finished in a Tuscan red wine cask. So these are Super Tuscans. So I did some research on Tuscans for you because I didn't know what the hell they were. So what is a red wine? Prior to this region of Italy was really infamous for the Chiantis, but they couldn't experiment. You had to fail this exact, use on the grapes, and they couldn't do it. So they're like, but in this part of Tuscany, they grow mostly French grapes. So they decided they need their own time. So Super Tuscans is what they came up with. And so because of that, you use cab, cab franc, Syrahs, merlots, things like that. Then they finish them in French oak rather than finishing them in Slavonian oak. So they have that thing, and they're also much more dark fruit and intense oak finish compared to other Italian wines. And so, like I said, because of that, most of them are cabernet base, and the topography is very close to Bordeaux. So for that reason, it makes sense to use those grapes. But then there's another region within Tuscany that they have the Bolgheri, I guess that's how you pronounce it, but that particular one is even more defined. And it's been an actual super region by 1994, have to follow their own rules. And so because of that one, they have to either be 100% Cab Merlot or Cab Franc, or they be 50% Syrah, 50% Sangiovese, and then blended with a Petit Verdot of up to 30%, and then some other complementary grapes as well. And for a Superiore label, it says a wine must also be aged for at least 2 years, and one of them has to be an oak. I guess the other was stainless steel. I don't know. It says then there's 52 wineries currently operating in the Bolgheri region, and most of them are family-owned estates.
A lot of wines require you age in bottle before release.
Oh,
so to be a Reserva in, I want to say, Spanish wines, it's got to be aged in oak for a certain amount of time and then in bottle for a couple of years as well. And to be a Grand Reserva, I want to say it's 5 years total, 2 in oak and 3 in bottle before you can release it.
Okay, cool. The things you know.
I try to remember these things.
I figured you might know more than I, but I figured
you did good with most of that. So it was pretty impressive.
I spent some time on this one for sure because I wouldn't want you guys to be disappointed. So let's see what we think of this new release here from Aberfeldy.
Well, it is absolutely red fruit forward.
Got the typical, honey you get off of Aberfeldy.
Yes, but honey-drenched strawberries and apricot, plum.
Yeah, I got like almonds and lime and bell peppers, like sugar strudel, the flaky tart crust with marzipan and cream, pear, white peach, like a fresh bake. Like you walk into like a fresh bakery.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it smells so freaking good. But you're right. Yeah, it's all this honey-covered strawberries and all that fun stuff too.
Lemon meringue pie.
Mm-hmm.
There's granola. There's some graininess in there, but it's deep and dark and rich.
Oh yeah, I like that.
18 years show up on the nose for sure.
Absolutely.
It smells dense. It smells like it's going to be oily, even though it's at 43%.
Yes, exactly. I actually asked Stephanie about that, why it was 40. She said, just leak it out a little water and bring it down to 40 if you wanted to. It's okay. That works for you. Of course, I also asked her, when are we getting cask strength? She's like, I can't tell you for sure, but sometime in the future. I'm like, good answer. So I don't want to hear.
We're looking into it is good enough.
Good enough for me. There's
Right.
all sorts of fun things in that they're aging apparently, and so I'm looking forward to all their cool releases. So we shall see. All right, let's see what we taste. Tastes great. Say baked Granny Smith apple tart's the first thing I come up with. Powdered sugar, almond butter, marzipan. Lime zest like a margarita even. And margarita salt.
My first impression was, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm forgetting funnel cake with the strawberry drizzle.
Oh yeah,
funnel cake with the powdered sugar and then the strawberry drizzle on top of that.
Oh, this is key limes too, like the little key limes you get. Oh, that's
absolutely.
Almond cookie, shortbread. Oh, it's those Danish cookies. That's what it is. You know those blue tin with the Danish cookies that got the big crumbles of sugar on top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that actually a lot of that. Oh, that's good. That's really good. I like it.
The mouthfeel is exactly what I was hoping it to be. It's dense. Nice, it's rich. You can taste the layers, which is I don't know the best way to describe age in whiskey. It gives it a density, it gives it a viscosity, it gives it a mouthfeel that it's not replicatable. Time and barrel is the only thing that gives you the density, even when they proof it down this low.
Yep.
It almost tastes closer to 50% just because of the density of the mouthfeel. There's no burn. It doesn't burn like a 50, but
no, but it does a nice effervescence, a nice lingering. What do you want to call it?
Going back to the nose and getting less red wine and more of a almost prosecco, a white sparkling.
Okay.
A champagne or prosecco like product where I'm getting the bubblies and I'm getting white grape.
See that? Like what the hell's that drink?
More peaches,
like a peach Bellini.
Yeah, peaches, pear.
Yeah,
there's still a little bit of dark fruit, but most of it in the nose has subsided now that I've tasted it.
I like it. I think it's quite good. Yeah, these are going to retail because it's for $130 is what they said. So,
no age statement.
18.
Oh, 18 years.
Yeah.
For $130.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll work.
I'm not upset about that.
No, I'm not upset about that at all. So, plus, we have the rest of the series of the. I've got the other 18s here as well that we'll review at some point in time. I just knocked some shit over. And there's some other 18. So we got the Coder T, we got the Polyak, and there's another one, I think it was a Bordeaux or something like that. But we got the other ones as well. So we'll get all those to you guys at some point in time, the rest of the 18-year series. Plus there's that exceptional cask that was the sherry that is a cask strength bomb that is amazing. So but yeah, this was good. I enjoyed it. I think it's fun for the first time going outside of France to go to Tuscany, and look forward to see what next year's red wine release will be as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, this is fun, both on the nose and on the palate. And I'm not hating the price point.
No, it's good stuff. I like it.
All right. Hope you like it too. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Click that notification bell. We're also live every Monday night. Come hang out with us there where we choose a whiskey topic and deep dive on in. Until next time, keep on crusading for better whiskey in your glass. Cheers.
Good stuff. Just say the 18-year-old finishing Tuscan wine. I'll give you the real name. How about go with that?
Yep. I'm thinking that's the way it's going to work on this one.
I'm thinking the same.
Aberfeldy, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Tuscan Wine Casks. Today we're sipping on Aberfeldy's 18-year-old Speyside single malt Scotch whiskey finished. No?
It's a Highland.
Damn it. Thought I had it. Today we're sipping on Aberfeldy's 18-year... What'd you say it was?
Tuscan Red Wine.